Let's celebrate happy. Disneyland Resort's 70th anniversary is kicking off in just a few days, and we're going to give you a preview of everything that is coming this summer at Disneyland Resort.
You're listening to Castle Talk Radio. We're live on the airwaves with Becca and Jessica. Now let's jump into this week's episode.
You've heard us talk about it for months. You maybe have been counting down yourself, and the 70th is here. It happens in just a few days. Becca and I will be there, so we hope you'll be following along as we go through a little bit of the things that we're most excited about for the 70th.
Definitely, Jessica. I can't believe it's only a couple of days from when this is airing before when the 70th kicks off. And I was just having a conversation with someone that's going at the end of May. I said, "You're going at a great time because the 70th is," and the person was like, "What?" And I'm like, the best parade they've ever done is going to be happening. The best fireworks they've ever done are going to be happening, and so much more. So I'm really excited for today's episode, and I'm super excited for next week's episode where we will recap our visit during the kickoff of the 70th. So there is so much. I'm not exactly sure where to start, but I think entertainment's the big one. Let's start there.
Yeah, there's definitely so much on the Happiest Blog on Earth. My 70th article kind of goes over entertainment, and I break it up into daytime events and nighttime events because there are things happening nonstop. So let's start with daytime because most of you will be arriving during the day. We know rides are a big part of the adventure, but with entertainment, first thing that I can think of is we do have the Pixar Parade coming back to California Adventure, and that's a daytime parade. It's a lot of fun for little kids. It's quick, it's upbeat, and you're going to see some of your favorite Pixar characters there.
Yeah, and this is the same one they had last year, right? This is the Better Together, or is it the
Yeah, this is Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade.
Yeah. So, the Pixar Pals Better Together or whatever order those words are supposed to be in is the updated version of the Pixar Play Parade from a
Yes.
while ago. Some of the floats are the same, but it does have the newer Pixar films represented as well. And my favorite float, I think, from it was Luca. But
Of
the
course.
Four Town, you gotta love Four Town being live on that float singing for you.
Yes, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of things going on. They also have like a special dining package for that where you can get desserts and sit along the parade route in your seats to enjoy that. That's a great splurge for families with young kids if you're looking to do something a little bit more special there. Also, daytime parades happening at Disneyland. Now, this one we call a cavalcade.
Mhm.
But to me, I call it a mini parade. It just
Yeah.
makes more sense in my brain. And that's going to be twice daily. You're going to see your favorite Disney characters along the parade route. It's going to be to the tune of a new song recorded by Jonas Brothers. And the song, of course, is Celebrate Happy. So you're going to see Mickey and his friends. They're going to be in new costumes. And do you know who we're going to see that's coming from overseas?
Oh, Duffy and what's his little friend's name? Shelly May, right?
Shelly May. Yeah, that's really exciting because they are very big in Japan. And everybody loves Duffy and Friends, and it's really cool that we're going to get to see them come over because they wanted to celebrate the 70th as well.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Um, and then let's get into nighttime, right? We're
So
heading
many
into the
things.
nighttime. There's so many.
I mean,
So
you're going to need multiple days to celebrate the 70th. And the good thing is that while it kicks off May 16th, it is going to be around for quite some time in through next year. So
yeah,
if you're not coming for multiple nights the first night, but you should, um, you can come back again and experience some more of these things. So, Becca, hashtag
bring back Paint the Night. Yay!
and
I'm so excited.
they
Wonder
listened.
they listened. I'm so excited. This is, in my opinion, the best parade that Disney has done. And it is like the cooler older, but I guess it'd be younger sibling to the Main Street Electrical Parade. In fact, you'll hear some of the Main Street Electrical Parade music mixed in with that. And what I love also is they use the song at the end of the first Wreck-It Ralph, the When Can We Do This Again? And that's played in there. So many amazing floats and costumes and all that kind of stuff. It's great. They started it at Disneyland the first time they had it out. The second time they had it out was, I believe, during the first Pixar Fest when Pixar Pier opened. And they
Okay.
moved it to California Adventure for that, which is nice because it's a longer parade route. It is now moving back to Disneyland for the 70th, and they're bringing back the Frozen float. So when they moved it over to DCA, they removed the Frozen float. They added an Incredibles float. I don't know if the Incredibles float will still be there or if it's being replaced again by the Frozen. So that'll be interesting to see. But I'm super excited for it. It's an amazing parade. You can see it 2 times per night. One right before the fireworks, kind of like 45 minutes before the fireworks, and one after the fireworks at like 10:30, I believe. But definitely check the app, the entertainment schedule, to be sure. But yeah, I'm super excited for that. So my perfect nighttime in Disneyland Park would be watching the fireworks, and then I think maybe from Small World, and we'll talk about why in just a minute, and then staying there for the Paint the Night parade. So, yeah.
This is one that you are going to want to keep your kids awake for. So if you need to go back and have naps at your hotel, do it for this parade. Do whatever it takes to keep your kids awake for this parade because it is going to bring all the feels. It is going to just cap off your night and your Disneyland trip with so much magic. And I agree about watching it over by Small World if you can, because there's going to be even more happening over in that area. This is Tapestry of Happiness. It's an all new projection show on the facade of It's a Small World. And it's going to be an animated mosaic of Disneyland attractions, moments, and memories. And it's brought to life in the style of legendary Disney artist Mary Blair. So that's also going to feature the Celebrate Happy song with the Jonas Brothers singing. Not necessarily there live, but that would be pretty cool too.
Would be.
Um, but that's going to be several times as well. So put that on your list. It's going to be beautiful.
Right. And again, from Small World, you can watch the fireworks, or this one I have to take back what I said about watching the fireworks from Small World. I think you got to do this one in front of the castle, because Wondrous Journey, we first saw this a couple years ago when it was for the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. A lot of
Mhm.
people are getting confused. How are we celebrating 70th? We just celebrated the 100th. But that was the 100th for the company. This is the 70th for Disneyland. But anyways, back to the point is that Baymax flies over the castle. And now at the end of the 100th, he stopped flying over the castle for a little bit. I'm hoping he comes back. But either way, this is the best fireworks show I think they've done. It features, except for some that may have come out between the 100th and now, it features every single animated film in some way in the Walt Disney Company history. So,
Again, you're going to need multiple nights. You're going to need multiple days because there's just so much to do. And we haven't even talked about nighttime at California Adventure, but let them know how they can get tickets, how they can save, how to get to Disneyland this summer.
oh, definitely. So you want to go to getawaytoday.com/castle talk. And what's really cool is during the summer, they have a special ticket offer that's a little bit cheaper than so Disneyland also has this ticket offer, but when you go through our link, it's a little bit cheaper. And they are on 3-day tickets and 4-day tickets. So you can go for as low as $94 per day, depending on like what you're choosing, park hopper, not park hopper, all of that kind of stuff. But that's a great deal. And one, it gives you the multiple days that we're talking about because you're going to need multiple days and multiple nights. The other thing about that is I want to say it's through August. It's through August, what, 14th, I want to say. And the thing is, we mentioned how this celebration is going to be going on, but we don't know if Wonders Journeys will continue playing because we'll have Halloween and then the Christmas fireworks. And we also don't know how long Paint the Night will go on because we'll definitely have the Christmas parade. But sometimes they still don't even do the parade into the Halloween time. So you're going to want to go this summer, and there's an amazing ticket deal that is out there that you can get on your summer visit.
Yeah, and we definitely appreciate you going to getawaytoday.com/castle talk. It helps support our podcast, which we actually pay for running this out of our own pockets. So any little bit that comes back to us through those sales is super helpful, and it helps you guys save. So it's perfect. Should we hop over to California Adventure and talk about some of those nighttime activities?
We should, but really quick, I also just want to point out that Um, we will also have Phantasmic still running at night as
Of
well if you wanna
course.
see that. So, but that's the same one that we've had for the last, what, year and a ever since it returned from after our poor dragon went away. So yeah, let's go over there because I'm really excited about the nighttime show that's coming there as well.
Yeah, tell me which one you're excited about the most.
The New World of Color. I don't even
I
remember.
mean, given, and what are we doing to celebrate that
We
together?
are doing the dessert party, which is my favorite way to see World of Color. Now, the only way to get the dessert party is to book through the Disneyland app or on Disneyland website, but it's the only way you'll have a seat unless you're sitting like in on the bridge to Pixar Pier that some people watch from, or in um, what's the Lamplight Lounge. But it gives you a seat. You get a dessert like platter, but this they've actually created these beautiful boxes that they're going to put them in, and I think it will make things run a lot smoother on the dessert
So
party.
smart.
You also get unlimited non-alcoholic drinks, and adults can get, believe it's 2 alcoholic drinks if they would like them. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. This is my favorite way to watch it because I don't like to stand and wait, and then stand and watch. And so yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yes, and this one also has a pre-show message before World of Color, and that is from none other than the Muppets. So if you're a Muppets fan, make sure that you get there early, make sure that you're in your spots. World of Color still has a virtual queue, so that starts at noon as of right now on the Disneyland app in order to get your regular spots for viewing World of Color.
Yes. And then they do have some like walk up standby on the Pixar Pier Bridge. Like I mentioned, that's where they let some people go. And then once they filled in, you might sometimes be able to get there and snag a spot in the regular viewing area.
Yes, and then another thing that's happening at California Adventure Park is a nighttime lighting ceremony of Carthay Circle on Buena Vista Street. So they are going to have a special moment with lights, music, and projections that happen each evening. You can find out the times of that on the Disneyland app as well. So just everywhere around you, there is going to be magic, there's going to be happiness, and some of that comes in the form of food. We have a couple minutes that I have to mention a little bit of the 70th celebration food that's coming out.
Yeah. Well, and let's just not even forget that they just released a bunch of new food at the very end of April, beginning of May, which was
Yes.
like a whole bunch of
Like,
new items. And
period. Not
yeah,
like just for the celebration.
and then they're adding, it was over 70, see, tying into the 70th, new items for the 70th anniversary. And it's a lot. I'm not really a big foodie, but Jessica, let's talk about a few of the things.
Yeah, so actually what I decided to do for featuring the food this time, a little bit different because Disney just lays it all out there, gives it to you like, bleh, here's all the food in alphabetical order. And I decided on my website to break it down to give you like an actual like foodie itinerary, if you will. So I have one for mobile ordering, tells you what to order, when to order, where you're going to get the things because that's probably the most common. And then I have other ones if you want to mix it up with sit downs. Um, but for example, I'm just going to kind of go over that really quick. some of the things. Like for a lunch mobile order, I suggested barbecue chicken and pineapple pizza from Pizza Planet, and then to also get the 70th celebration macaroon that is like an alien macaroon, and it's filled with birthday butter cake, birthday cake, buttercream, and confetti cake. Everything is kind of like birthday party themed, from the decor to the food and all that stuff. Snack time for churros. They have a specialty celebration churro that's at most locations at Disneyland Park. Um, if you need a coffee break, they've got specialty cold brews just for the 70th. They have really delicious and sweet sounding ones, like the Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree one. It's a honey cold brew, honey sweetened cold brew with cream topper, honey drizzle, and honey cereal on top. Dinner, I've said let's head to Refreshment Corner. Um, and get some of their specialty items like pulled pork mac and cheese in a bread bowl. Oh my goodness. They've got non-alcoholic drinks, they've got alcoholic drinks, they've got desserts, they've got everything. I even put in there where to get some souvenir eats to bring home at the end of the night.
Yay. Okay, so we'll definitely have that linked down in the show notes. Tied into that, though, have you seen some of the popcorn buckets that they're coming out with?
You're
Yeah,
going to need a suitcase.
you are. They have that Yeti one that looks awesome. That's now I will say I still think that Season of the Force did outshine this as far as popcorn buckets and things, but there's some great ones. And then if you're a Magic Key holder, they just put out yesterday when we're recording this, but like last week when you're hearing this, that they're going to have a special Magic Key crossbody popcorn holder that also can hold a water bottle in it and has a pocket for napkins on the outside. And like the two different sides, what you would consider the front and back, have a different look. So you can turn them around to be whichever way you want to show. And I think that's so cute. I don't eat popcorn, but I might have to just get one and let Jessica put her popcorn in it.
Please, please. Please give me the popcorn. I've legitimately stood out those lines of people just buying popcorn buckets and be like, "Will somebody just give me your popcorn, please? Because all I want is popcorn." But these popcorn buckets are super cute. There's also one that's like the Mickey shaped kind of balloon that's like a little iridescent. There's just really cute classic ones that these could be just some super cute decorations. They could go back here.
Yeah, definitely. And then the other thing I saw that I liked was the new Magic Band for the 70th. I think it's so pretty. I love the colors of it. Um,
Yes. The
so
colors of the celebration itself are just
yeah,
hitting it for me. That's great. I love them.
definitely. Okay, so before we wrap it up, is there anything else that you want to talk about that you're looking forward to during the 70th?
Well, one thing that you wanna look out for on It's a Small World, it's gonna have a new character. That's
Yes.
all I'm gonna say. It's been
Oh,
announced, but go see It's a Small World. Look out for those Disney Pixar characters, see how many you can spot on there, and see which one looks new to you, because there might be some that you haven't spotted before, but there is a new one for the 70th.
yes. And so that kind of brings us to there's a couple things that are not coming this weekend while we're here or there. We're at home right now. But there are two more things that are coming in July. I think it was just two, but if I'm wrong, correct me. We have a new verse coming to It's a Small World starting in
Yes.
or July. Um, that is the one that Richard Sherman wrote just a few years ago. And that kind of brings the whole song to like this, I don't know, closure to it. I don't know what the word would be.
Very, very sweet, very beautiful. And Richard Sherman and the Sherman Brothers connection to Walt Disney was always so special in the way they worked together and brought things to life. So it's an honor to be able to have that extra verse from him
Mhm.
and to see that included. The other thing that's coming in July on the actual 70th of Disneyland is the Walt Disney animatronic. And I am so excited. I think that's probably the thing that I've been most excited about,
Mhm.
and that's gonna be special.
It
I
is.
cannot wait to see that. That's gonna be in the Opera House. It's gonna alternate with Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah, and I will say a lot of people must be excited about it because reservations, at least for the Magic Key that we have, are pretty filled up already around the 17th and the few days after. So, um, I think it'll be great. I think maybe you don't want to try to go on the 17th. Plus, sometimes there's bugs and kinks that have to be worked out. So, but maybe a little bit later that month would be a good time to go. All right, Jessica, I'm so excited. I'll see you in a few days, but I just want to remind everyone one more time that the best deals are at getawaytoday.com/castle talk. Can I tell you a funny story, Jessica?
Please
Okay.
do.
All right. So I was at the dentist, and this is the person my dentist loves Disney. They go once a year. And he was the one that actually I was telling he's going at the perfect time. And he looked at me and said, I paid $2,500 just for tickets. And I looked at him like, for how many people? It's like, four. I'm like, you overpaid. And he's like, well, we're going on tier 6 days. And what he had done is he had bought a 1 day, one park tier six, and then a 1 day park hopper tier six. I'm like, well, why are you buying 2 1 days when they're that high? Because it's in tiers for 1 day
So
tickets,
he's
right?
going 2 days, but he bought 2 separate one
Yeah,
days.
because he only wanted park hopper 1 day. But a 2 day park hopper still would have been cheaper than two because the 1 days are priced based on demand, right? So tier six
Mhm.
is the highest. He's going over Memorial Day weekend. And so it would have been cheaper just to buy the 2 day park hopper, but it would have been even cheaper to get the deal, the 3 day park hopper that's the 70th deal. And then I asked him where he's staying and he told me, and I was like, so I'm pulling up the Getaway Today site to show him he would have saved $500 on the tickets alone from what he purchased if he'd purchased the 3 day park hopper with Lightning Lane. So,
3 days is where it's at this summer.
yeah. And then I pulled up packages with Getaway Today, and we found some that were only including that same ticket, and the same hotel he booked on his own is only $150 more than what he paid for the tickets alone.
Stop. So, basically, if he would have booked through our link, getawaytoday.com/castletalk, he would have gotten his hotel for free.
Basically. So I was like, okay, you gotta talk to me next time. And like he was trying to see if he could get his tickets refunded, which had he booked through Getaway Today, he could have, but he bought them through the app. So I don't know if they will let him or if they're just gonna give him a credit. And so I said, you have my number, text me if you are able to get the refund and we will get this fixed for you. But yeah, definitely don't make that mistake. Make sure that you are booking through our partners, getawaytoday.com/castle talk. Or if you call them at 855 getaway, make sure you tell them you want Castle Talk Radio's exclusive pricing because we do have a little bit of an extra discount that you won't find if you just go to their site without our link. So, all right, Jessica, I'm going to see
Okay,
you
I'll
this
see you at the
evening.
70th.
Yes, and we hope to see you guys there too.